Hey there, future professionals. Welcome to Employability Plus, the channel where you'll find everything you need to build the skills that get you hired.
Hello friends, welcome back to yet another session on advanced Excel. In today's session, we are going to discuss more about data table, wherein we are going to start with one-way data table, where we are going to see how one independent variable influences a dependent variable, right? Similarly, we are going to see two-way data table, right? Where we are going to use a column variable as well as a row variable and try to see, how these two variables are going to impact impact the your dependent variable. There is going to be two independent variables going to impact the how it is impacting the one dependent variable, which we are going to see here, right? Let's start with a calculation. Like earlier we discussed about EMI. Now we are going to extend that discussion from EMI to interest paid and total paid. Let's say EMI, we have already calculated an EMI. So EMI is using a PMT formula we have calculated. So we are bringing that using an equal to function, right? We are using equal to and then equal to interest paid and then total paid. These results, whatever we are seeing here, these results are basically for 11%, right? I hope you got it. So for 11% interest rate, you have an EMI of 28,205. 18 lakh 1151 is what you're going to pay at end interest as interest. Similarly, 40 lakh 61,519 is what you're going to pay as a total paid end of the tenure, right? Now, this is for one particular interest rate. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to create a data model, right? Where we just, we created this variable, like we just put 9, right? Then we have extended this. We can extend it till wherever you want, till wherever you want, you can extend it, right? But it doesn't make sense if you extend it beyond 20%. So let's reduce it, okay? And then based on this criteria, now select from the top, leave an empty value, select from the top, select it like this. Then you can use a data table, data, what if analysis, data table. Row input cell we don't have because this entire variable is given in one single column. So row input cell, leave it as blank because we don't have anything on the row as a variable, right? So it is the column input cell, right? So this is the independent variable which you are talking about, not the dependent variable. This EMI are dependent variable based on the independent variable. So here the independent variable is only one, right? So which is in the E column. So it is not part of row input cell, but it is in the column input cell, right? This is basically column input cell. Now this entire thing, right? Now this column input cell, which is entire row, which is interested, we are bringing it like this. For this empty cell, we are saying that it is 11% because of that, we got 28,205 and all those, so on and so forth, right? So we are giving okay. Yeah, you got the results now. For 10%, the result is what? We got the result for 10%. Similarly, if we come down, this all have happened in one go, right? This all happened. It has happened in one go, right? You got all the result in one go. So just what we have done, just we selected the value, right? We just selected the value. Okay, let's delete it. Selected the value. Go to data. Data. What if analysis? Data table. Row input cell we don't have because this entire variable is given in one column. So column input cell, the missing value here is 11%. So you got the result. Similarly, you can also create a data table with two variables. Basically, we are talking about two independent variables, right? So the independent variables are here in this case, the two independent variables which can influence the EMI amount is one can be 11% of interest rate. The second can be term of loan, right? It can be 10 years loan, the interest rate will be different, EMI will be different. Similarly, for 20 years loan, EMI amount will be different. So these are the independent variables. So let's create this one. Let's put let's copy this one, put it here. Similarly, since it's a two-way data table, similarly bring the year here in the row, which is, let's say, 5, 10. So what are we creating? We're creating a matrix where we are going to have two independent variables which are going to influence the EMI amount or whatever. You can have it EMI as a dependent variable, or you can have total interest paid. Choice is yours, right? In this case, I am taking EMI as an independent variable. Now we got tenure here. This is tenure, and this is interest rate. So link this with the output EMI. If you want to find EMI as a result, link it with EMI. If you want to have the total interest amount as result, instead of B11, keep B13. Or if you want to have this one, bring it down. But in this case, we are going with EMI amount. Once you get the information, select entire table. So in one go, like a magic, what happens when I select this entire data and view data table, this entire empty table will be filled based on the criteria, right? So select this data set, data, what if analysis, data table. So you all know what it row input cell and column input cell. When I say row input cell, it refers to the tenure, because all the tenure variables are given in a single row. If I say column input cell, it refers to the interest rate. So let's select the respective value for 28205. So row input cell is row input cell is nothing but the tenure. The column input cell is nothing but the interest rate. So this is the final result. If you want to test the result, let's put something randomly and see whether it is correct. Here 25 is one random number on this. Let's test these two values. For 25 years, 12.5 is 24532. So 25, 12.5. Let's change this and see the result. 25.5. What is the result we are getting? 24,533. Yes, it is right. Because this is a decimal thing. We can round it off. Right? Similarly, this is 26,660 for 14 and 30. Let's test it whether it is 14, 30. What's the result? Which is 26,660. So are we getting 26,660? Exactly, we are getting 26,660. I hope you understood now how to create a data table. We need to basically, in two-way data table, our focus will be on the dependent variable which we want to arrive based on different scenarios, which are like two different variables based on two independent variables, right? So those two independent variables are the the tenure and the interest rate. And what are we trying to find out? We're trying to find out a dependent variable, which is the EMI amount. So this is all it is about data table. I hope you understood the concept of data table. So like this, we are going to have many more videos on various spreadsheet tools and functions, or otherwise Excel tool and functions, right? For goal seek function, you can refer to a video which we have posted separately for goal seek, and you're going to have many more videos like this, right? So I recommend you to subscribe into this channel, right? You will see and you will get every day a very new learning video. Thank you very much.